Grace. Hello, hello. I'm here. Let me go ahead and zoom us in a little bit. Oop, there we go. Hello. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday night. Happy Big Hair Don't Care Day, apparently. My hair just dried in a weird whoosh, whoosh. Hello, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Happy birthday to me. I just wanted to have a little fun birthday hangout and do some makeup and play around. Hello, Janet. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to have some fun playing with some makeup today. And Replay Crew, if you catch this later, thanks for stopping by. Replay Crew rocks. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And yeah, I hope everybody's having a lovely Saturday night. I'm doing pretty well. I and Amy, and we went to, there's a Mexican restaurant in town called Paradiso where you get a free meal on your birthday. And so we did that. And then Angie brought me this little baby cake. So if I want to have some cake as we're going through, I have a chocolate brownie bash cake from Hugo's, I'm guessing. Let's see, does it say where it's from? Probably from Hugo's. That's a little regional grocery store chain. We don't actually have like a real bakery in town anymore. We used to have a place called Oh for Heaven's Cakes that you could go get like cupcakes and cakes and stuff from. But we don't have any kind of bakery in town anymore in Grand Forks. It makes me a little sad. Ugh. I want to try a little bit of this cake. Did anybody ever watch Cake Boss on TLC? I used to kind of like it because I do enjoy that, like the art of cake making and decorating and all that kind of stuff. But it got a little repetitive because every episode was some like weird cake request. And then Buddy, or whatever his name was, he'd always be like, how am I going to make this cake? He's from Jersey. And so he'd always be like, how am I going to make this cake? And then he made the cake and it was fine. So it was just, it got a little repetitive after a while, but I did kind of enjoy it. And it was a reality show that wasn't very exploitative. It found its drama elsewhere, so I appreciated that. I don't watch a lot of reality because I find it to be a little bit too much for me. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. That's a good cake. How am I going to make this cake? All right, so let's do some makeup. So we're going to play with, last night in the Declutter live stream, Joe gave me the best idea ever because she was talking about how this highlighter, Mars Melter from Kaleidos, is such a good, I know it just looks white on here, but it's got like a red reflect to it. Like it's got a red duochromy kind of flash to it. And so she had said using this as like a blush topper, and I had said earlier in the stream about how I hadn't used my Blush Labs. This is Watermelon Bliss. And so we decided to do like a red blush moment. So then I've been thinking about it and I was like, let's just go. This will maybe be a pre-Valentine's kind of red, pink, Galentine's, whatever it is. Hello, Mama Champagne. So we're going to do red and pink. So I've got a whole bunch of red blushes and highlighters and things that are kind of set aside there. And then for palettes, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to stick to one palette. I think we might bounce around a little bit, but I do have the Trixie and Katya palettes. These are their holiday palettes. So the From Katya is the red one. And this one has some beautiful reds and some smoky tones that I thought could be really, really fun. And then the From Trixie is pink with a little bit of champagne. So we've got some fun colors there. And then I was like, when we were going through the declutter, I picked up the Jaclyn Hill Strawberry Fields palette. And I was like, you know what? I haven't even used this. This has some pinky berry tones in it that we may dip into. And then I was also, in terms of red, I haven't had a chance to play with the Dexter palette from Lethal Cosmetics. Hello, Minneapolis Mama. Hello, Lorene. Nice to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So here we have the Dexter palette. So we've got lots of reds and pinks, and we are going to play around with that and see what we come up with. Now, on my face so far, I haven't had a chance to do very much. I was running a little bit behind. You may have noticed that the scheduling of this video was originally at 7. I had to push it to 8 because I was late getting to dinner, and then I was late getting out of dinner. I thought I had put it at 8 o'clock. Can I be moderator, please? No, I'm so sorry. I do not know you, so I'm not going to make you a moderator of my channel. The first day we met, I appreciate the thought, but that's going to be a no. I do also have this palette from Notoriously Morbid, Spellcast, Cherry Bomb. All right. Yes, you're welcome. Please feel free to hang out and chat with us. But yes, I'm such a small channel. I haven't needed a moderator yet, but appreciate the thought. And so yeah, so we're gonna do some red and pink. So far, I was thinking about Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae stops in our chats quite a bit. She's from the UK. And she uses a lot of Charlotte Tilbury on her channel. She seems to be a Charlotte Tilbury fan. So I was like, you know, I've got some Charlotte that I haven't had much chance to play with. So I have done a little bit of primer. I did the Lethal Conjuring, the Blood Drop Primer. I'm more than halfway done with that. Hello. Let's see. Sultana Diva. Sorry if I said that wrong. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm also trying to like read, and it's not going well. Clearly it's not going well. So the Conjuring, I have used up more than half of this. I am really liking this. And then I've done a little bit of the Hollywood Flawless filter. Just kind of, I put it where I normally put my concealer and kind of blended it out a bit. And now we're going to use the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So I have the Flawless filter in 2 Fair. And I have the foundation in 3 Cool. So we're going to, yeah. I am from North Dakota. Where are you from? Where are you joining us from? Welcome. It's my birthday. We're having a little birthday live stream. And yeah, I'm about to do some foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Char Tilbs. Let's go ahead and put a lot of this on our hand. Oh, I think I've used this a few times. I haven't used it for a while, but I have used this a lot. And it might be getting a little bit low. But yeah, so welcome everybody. Let me go ahead and I've really been loving these really big like body sponges because I put so much makeup on and I have a big old head to cover. I do like these a lot. I feel like I get the coverage I want. You're from Morocco. Welcome. This is exciting. We're international. We love that. Yeah, so we're just kind of having a little play day. Let me get some more foundation on. But I just love it. Maybe it's a placebo effect. There's something about having the big old sponge that I just feel like it goes on faster and it goes on smoother. I just have been loving these big body sponges. Hello, Marcus. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, today is my birthday, and so I went out to dinner with some friends, and now we're going to have some playtime, doing a red and pink look. I don't know about anybody else, but I am tired. I am so tired. The world is exhausting right now, and so I was like, you know what? Let's just have a play day. Last night we had a fun hangout and declutter kind of moment, and tonight we're painting a face. Oh, also, before we get too much further, let me tap some more foundation out, and then I need to switch the chat. Okay, I need to switch the chat because it always defaults to top messages and I want all messages. So let me just make sure, there we go, that's switched. All right. I don't think, usually they don't filter too many at the beginning, but it's so random how they choose what's going to get filtered. All right, so we've got all messages on. So I do like this Charlotte Tilbury foundation. So I used to like dunk on Charlotte Char all the time, and but I do have to say there's some of her products that I do really like, and this foundation is one of them. All right, and I do like the look of it with that flawless, the flawless filter underneath. Yeah, I do think this is just nice. I just like it. Okay, so we've got that on. We'll keep that around in case we want to add any more. Hello, Tanya. YouTube is playing games live, didn't pop up in my feed, and I didn't get my notification. Well, we just started. We've only been here about 10 minutes. I was an hour late. I pushed the timeout, so if you were expecting it at 7, you haven't missed that much. We're just getting into it. Putting on a little... This was my birthday gift from Ulta, so... This was like, and this is a fairly big bottle, but it's still like a little travel size sampler kind of bottle. I feel like for a while Ulta was giving out like full size stuff, and now it's all like deluxe samples and stuff like that. So I don't know. Everybody's saying hello, hello. How's my day been? My day has been pretty good. It's been pretty low key. I just kind of was at home and I was playing a video game and then went out to dinner, and then now I am here. So it's been pretty relaxing. Haven't really done very much. All right. Yes, Mama Champagne gets to celebrate that this is the day that she loosed me upon the world. This is her fault. This is all her fault. Yes. And so, yes, and Mama Champagne's birthday is coming up in February. And so, yeah. I've been playing City of Heroes. So let's talk about City of Heroes for a hot second. So if anybody is familiar with World of Warcraft, so World of Warcraft is a big online game, and it's basically like high fantasy MMO RPG, so massively multiplayer online role-playing game, and that's like high fantasy. So City of Heroes is basically World of Warcraft, but with superheroes, like comic book superheroes. And they went offline about 8 years ago, and then there have been these like emulator servers and stuff, and I could never get one to work, but now they've got like the full sign off of NCSoft, the company that owns the rights, and so it's back up and running, and it's much easier to get a hold of. And for the last year I've been playing City of Heroes, City of Villains, because I love it. Yes, she is the sponsor. Winter babies, you're a summer baby. July, yes. Yeah, we had a lot of summer babies in our family, but my mom and I are both winter. We love to have our birthdays when it's fucking cold. Always the best when it's like potentially 30 below every time you have a birthday. That was always the worst, because you would try to make plans for like a birthday party, and then sometimes it would just be like, oh, it's going to be 30 below, or oh, there's going to be a blizzard. And then you just had to put up with it. Like, you just had to, because what were you going to do? It was North Dakota in January. So I really like, I mean, I don't have my glasses on, but the way this is looking in the mirror, I really like the finish of this Charlotte Tilbury. And blizzards, yep, blizzards. Those are the worst. Especially because we're from like a little tiny town. So Bowbells, North Dakota used to be, I think it's probably even smaller now, but it was like 450 people. So there wasn't really much to do in town. So sometimes for a birthday party, you might try to go to Minot, which was like an hour away, to go to like a pizza place or go somewhere, even to Kenmare, the next town, which was 16 miles away. And so you try to plan something, and usually you had to go somewhere, but then it would just be a blizzard. And then it was like, I guess we're not doing that. We'll do it another day, or we'll try to do something in town. All the woes of being a January birthday. All right. So we're doing a little Juvia's Place concealer. Let's see. Am I going out after the live? I am not. I'm going back home to play more video games is probably what I'm doing. My dinner tonight was my big outing, and so that's kind of, and I'm not feeling it. Can I just tell you that, like, I almost was like, I was so grumpy getting ready to go to dinner. Like, the world is putting me through it right now, and with everything going on in the world, and I just have been so grumpy all day today, so that's why I was like, a nice like makeup play day will be exactly what I need to just like center and get rid of some of my crabby snootiness, and have some Pepsi Zero. Yeah, I've gotten old enough that I'm like not, it's not the big excitement that it used to be. In a couple of years I'll turn 50, and so maybe I do like my friend Kathy, for her 50th birthday, she did what she called the Forever 49 party. And she rented a little room at the VFW and had a DJ and music and some karaoke and just had like people come in and have fun. And then she was like, then I can just be done with birthdays. And so I like the idea of that. So maybe for my 50th birthday, I'll plan some sort of like shindig. I don't know, to do kind of like a final birthday party. But yeah, as I get older, it's just there's not, excuse me, pretty girl, the pomp and circumstance is just not what it used to be. Excuse me, I mean, I just ate a little bit ago, so I am like a little bit, I'm liking this. So there's that, there's the coverage on that. All right, where do we want to start? Let's see. So now, usually I have all my complexion stuff done, so I'm like, what even am I doing right now? So now I need a little bit of, let's see. I kind of want to use this conjuring veil before I do any of the like color stuff, but I don't know how. Let me try this with it does come with a little puff. This, I feel like, so this is their like sanctified seal setting powder, but it's clearly not a setting powder. It's like a silicone kind of thing. And so I want to try to put this over the foundation stuff just to try it, because I haven't really had a chance. It's also weird that there are strips of like black pigment in this setting powder that's not a powder. I don't get it. I think I'll plan something for 55 in a couple years. Doing milestone birthday events and small gathering birthdays or single birthday. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my birthday dinners have gotten smaller all the time. And so now I'm happy to just like Angie and Amy, that's a perfect little dinner out. This is weird. Okay, I'm just kind of trying to... because I would like it if it would get... I feel like it's moving the foundation a little bit. And that was a little black streak, but... and there definitely is like foundation on the little puff. I feel like there were instructions about things you're not supposed to do with this, and I'm probably doing all of them wrong. But there's nothing on here. It doesn't say anything on the actual packaging. So if you're supposed to remember that, they should put it on. Yeah, I feel like I've disrupted the foundation on the cheeks. I don't know. I need to watch some videos or something. I was like, maybe that'll soften it a little bit, but now I feel like I have to go over the cheeks again. I don't know. To be continued. I'm not sure how I feel about that conjuring setting powder that's not a powder. But, I mean, the skin still looks good. The skin still looks good. It's looking real, real good. Yeah, who has a problem paying their portion of the bill? Bloop. Yep. Oh. Joe is here. Hello, hello, lovely. Yeah, I don't think it did anything that helped. So I just went over it, and I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. A little diversion for us. I should just get to contour. I think that's the thing that I normally do next. So let's do this Morphe bronzer stick. I filmed. I know I'm so behind on editing, and so I've been trying to do live so that I can at least promise like a live or a video every week. I do have a Get Ratchet With Me of Morphe products, and so that's going to be coming, because I was going to be like, oh, you could watch my Morphe video, and I'm like, no, you haven't edited that. I just have been not in the mood for a lot of like editing or other kind of outside projects. The play is going really well, but it does take up a lot of time. And then I'm just kind of like exhausted by the world. And so I just haven't had my worst of beauty 2025 is it was supposed to be up last weekend, and then that clearly didn't happen. I had left some photos on my work computer that I needed, and so now I've sent those to my Facebook so that I can put them on my editing computer. It's a whole mess. Like, if I were better at file management, that would probably help as well. But so that is going to be coming very, very soon. And so I hope people don't mind hearing about the worst of beauty 2025 in January/February, because that's when it's coming. But it's coming. It's going to be good. And I do have good stuff planned. I just need to get myself centered. And I think once I get this declutter done and get stuff out of the way and I'm a little bit more organized, I think that's going to make it a little bit easier. It's needed to happen for a while. And so now that it's finally happening, I think that's going to be better. All right, let's see. So we're trying to, since we're not doing the full like paint for the back row, I'm trying to be a little bit more subtle with my contour. Subtle, we don't even know her, but we're trying to do it. So let's bring this. This is very light. We're gonna have to add something to this for sure, but let's get at least a good base of the contour on. Yeah, I do like this product, but the color that I bought is definitely very light. And so if I was doing more of like a photo shoot day, or if I was doing like a show day, this would be way too light. And I'm gonna add stuff to it anyway, but. There we go. Love that. Hello, Abigail. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the heart, Sultana. And yeah, so here we have just kind of a basic contour on, and we'll do a darker color. Let me get this. I've got this from Colored Rain. Rest in peace. Miss that brand. Oh, this is almost down into the nubbin. Okay, so we won't use that. A lot of my contours, I need to go buy some cream contour. I need to go to Ulta. Because my Makeup Revolution, I also love these cream bronzers. This is almost gone, but I think I can get this because my neck, I do need to have a little something for my neck. Hello, Andrew. How are you doing? Gatie's Toys is in the house. If you want to hear about fabulous female action figures that never got made in the 80s, and yes, some of them I'm still bitter about. Definitely check out Andrew's channel, Gatie's Toys, because the MIA 80s Ladies series is pretty fantastic. All right, so there we have that. And every once in a while, you will see Andrew and I on Allison Retro Toy Princess coloring, and that's always fun. So maybe we'll do that again sometime. We haven't set up a coloring date yet for 2026, but I'm sure it'll happen sooner rather than later. I always love going on Allison's channel. It's always a lot of fun. Okay, so we've got, let me get my little brown turtleneck blended down. Now that we've got this darker color, let's put a little bit of this into the cheek contour as well. Yes, we need to do some coloring again. I need to get to work on all of my, like, the Golden Girl fans are on it, let me tell you, because I said that the lore video was going to be coming by the end of the year. And I had somebody on Instagram who like follows me, and I had said that I was going to have my gym collection videos and my lore video for Golden Girl up by the end of the year. And he messaged me on like January 2nd and was like, TikTok. I was like, and I was like, you got me, gal. Like, I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to do it. That lore video, it's so much work, and I'm having so much fun with it, and it's going to be so good. I'm so excited for it. But seriously, it was I was so surprised he waited until January 2nd. It wasn't like New Year's Day, but he was like, TikTok, and I was like, I know. I'm so behind, but I just things have been so weird. I don't know how anybody else is feeling about AI stuff. AI is ruining my life. This whole push for AI. I work for like a big tech company, and so like it's like fire hose AI constantly. Everything is like use AI, use it more, use it 6 times a day, and then use it 6 more times beyond that to explain the 6 times that you did. Like it's just, and there's no rhyme or reason. There's no like guidance behind it. It's just like, we don't even care how you use it. Just use it and maybe you'll stumble on something that'll make it worthwhile. It's just like so ridiculous. And so everything is so AI and I get so burnt out on stuff that like when it's time to walk away from work, then the last thing I want to do is like open a computer. So I've been trying to regain some of that balance and I've been trying to like find a little bit of solitude, but more Golden Girl. Yes, so the Golden Girl is going to be coming. I'm very excited. And I've got an update to my Golden Girl collection, like of some of the merch and stuff that's going to come that's going to be very, very fun. So I've been in this like massive declutter and reorganizing of my office. And so all the stuff, like I can see all the stuff for the Golden Girl collection update is just sitting on a shelf staring at me. But I need to, I need to get organized so that I can actually put it out into the world. Let's see, there's a weird line here. I don't know what that is. Work install Copilot on my computer. I was like, no, get it out. Yeah, it's so much. It's so much all the time. And I'm just like, I can't. And then on the other hand, I have lots of friends who are artists and creatives. And I get it. I get it that like AI is this new thing. People hate it. It is going to lead to job loss. It has already led to job loss and all this kind of stuff. But they're so feral and upset about it, then I almost feel like I can't even like talk about the experiences that I'm having at work because they immediately just jump down your back about you shouldn't use AI for anything ever. You're a traitor and blah blah. Like they're so mad about it. And it's like, okay, number one, take several seats, calm the fuck down. Like if I'm messing with AI, it's because work is telling me I have to. So unless you're going to start paying my bills and you're going to reward me with a salary commensurate to what I am making at my job currently, then you don't get to tell me that I'm not allowed to do the things that I have to do for my job to keep it. So let's start there. Number two, I also think that like, I get it. And I get the whole like, and it is an environmental disaster, but so much of what we do is an environmental disaster. It's not just AI, it's the fast fashion, it's the, the like overnight delivery and all that kind of stuff and the fuel and like, it's just everything everywhere all at once. And so it's like, okay, I get it that you're worried about like job loss, but the ones who are the most feral, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with my whole chest, is that some of the people who complain the loudest about AI, it's like, well, your art is drawing big titty anime girls making tentacle porn. So you didn't lose a job to nobody. Like if I use AI to create some flyer for something I have to do to work, just so that I can say in a report that I used AI to make this flyer for work, then nobody, you didn't lose a job. Nobody lost a job. I have the job that made that. If I wasn't in that job, somebody else would have done it. They weren't going to hire you. And they certainly are not going to, they're not going to hire the big titty anime guy. It's just too much. And so I feel like everybody is so extreme on all different ends. And so it's so hard to like just exist in the world. It's just so frustrating. But like all the people, when people want to be mad about like people when they play around with those AI things to make little profile pictures, they were never going to hire an artist to make a new profile for them. Or like people who put together some AI thing to make an Instagram post that's going to be forgotten in 3 days. Nobody was going to hire an artist for that. Like nobody lost a job. And so I get that it's like, it's, there's the theft aspect, which I have many thoughts about, but yeah, it's still just predictive, not an actual. Exactly. That's the thing that frustrates me so much that people don't seem to get, is that generative AI, it cannot create anything. What it can do is take stuff that already exists and mash it together. That's what AI can do. It cannot create something new and original. It has to take the things that it knows, the things that it's been trained on, and then it can create something in that style. but it has to be something that already exists that's now being done in that style. And the example, I think I might have told this before on a live, but I'm gonna tell it again because it was so stupid. There was this guy who, I forget what the Lucasfilm company is. It's Industrial Light and Magic or whatever. It was one of those companies that's like Lucasfilm adjacent. And he did a TED Talk where he was talking about like the transformative power of AI. And they're like, we decided to just use AI to create, just something that's like not even part of the Star Wars movies, but it's sort of like if you went to one of these planets in Star Wars and did a National Geographic documentary about the different alien, like the fantastical creatures that exist on these alien worlds, what would they be? And then that clip that he showed that he was so proud to show, it was basically just animal mashups. It was like a gorilla with zebra stripes, and then a snail that looked like a peacock, and like all it did was take two very clearly defined animals and mush them together. And I was like, this is what you think is so transformative. So you're talking about like, this is the Star Wars universe. We're across the galaxy. Aliens on these planets could look like anything. And all it can create are mashups of two animals that exist on Earth. That's it. Nothing, no weird tentacles, eye stalks, any of that kind of shit. It was just like mashups of animals that already existed. And he was so proud of it. And I was like, and nobody sees that. I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes because people will watch that and they'll be like, oh my God, that was amazing. And I'll be like, that was a fucking gorilla with zebra stripes. What is wrong with you? Hello, Don. How's it going? Yeah, he made Wuzzles. Exactly. That's all he made was just two animals shoved together. And it was over and over, and it was like all these different animals, and like no narration. So it didn't even give them any kind of like names or descriptions or where they lived. It was literally just like footage of, and because AI can only be trusted for about 3-4 seconds of a clip before shit gets weird and heads spin around and extra fingers grow and another arm comes out of your back and shit like that. But so it's just these little like 3 to 4 second clips just shoved together of these mashup animals. Jesus Christ. I was like, we are living in the darkest timeline. It is really terrible. So I put some eye primer on. So let's go ahead and hello, dearie. Thank you. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we already had Wuzzles and they were lovely. I had a Wuzzle once upon a time in the 80s. I loved the Wuzzles. I always wanted the one that was like a moose with a manatee, I think, but it looked kind of like a little moosey mermaid. And I was like, I wanted that one, but I forget which one I had. I might have had the like lion bumblebee, whatever that one was. Or bumble bear? Maybe it was a bear and a bumblebee? I don't know. Let's stop talking about AI. Let's go off of that. Let's get back to the chill vibes, because that topic makes me ranty, and I need more caffeine. So, now we have some Mountain Dew Zero. All right, so now we've got lots of reds and lots of pinks. I think I'm going to start with, I just love this. So this is Day Date. This like bright pink. I'm going to use that to kind of start sketching the shape of the eye. And I'm going to use kind of a paddle brush, but kind of fluffy, kind of loose. And this doesn't have a mirror. It's just the like cardboard. So I like to have palettes because then I can stay up and you can actually see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to be kind of loose and like, I'm not going to be super structured with this look. Again, I'm just in a mood to play. I'm in a mood to just like do something fun, do something colorful, be a little wild. But I do want to sketch out this shape. Tanya, you're eyeing some Morphe brushes. Oh, are you looking at the new brushes? They just came out with a new brush collection that, well, new. I got this last month sometime, but they have kind of this like butter yellow color, and they have a couple different like sets of them. I need to get that Morphe video edited and out because I talk about a lot of the a lot of the products that they've had since their big like relaunch. And I've really been liking some of the products from Morphe. Pretty girl. And I do think that the new brushes are pretty good quality. So we're just kind of, again, we're trying to get some pink. Because we are going to do, Joe, I'm so excited for that red combination. Ever since our live last night. Oh, probably not their new. Yeah, the new brushes, I have several of the eye brush sets. I think they went up to like 27 or 28. They were 25. But over the last year, I picked up like 2 or 3 sets of those, and I've really been liking them. They're really good, the eye brushes. Okay, so we've got some pink. As usual, the 2 eye shapes are not the same, but eye looks are sisters, not twins. Yes, don't forget to thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, so here we have some pink. So we got a little bit out of this. Let me go into all the feels, which is this kind of berry shade. And I'm going to use this same brush. And I'm going to use that starting like on this part and blending it towards, because we'll put shadow on the lid, but I want to kind of blend it up into that. And then we'll take it down towards the outer port of the eye. I don't know what that accent was that just sort of came out of nowhere. And so then we'll kind of do the outer part of the eye and just, so yeah, we're just kind of building the basic shape right now. That's one thing with any of the Jaclyn Hill palettes, the mattes were always so nice. They just were so nice. They just work so well. They blend really easily. They lay down really smooth. I mean, this palette is several years old now, and it's still just like silky and just laying down super easily. Not a ton of fallout. I mean, I sometimes get fallout just because I'm kind of a feral cat where I just go in and I pull a bunch of this and I never tap the brush off. I'm always kind of a mess. Brows have been frenemies. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when I do brows, I'm like, I'm lucky if these bitches went to the same school, and I know they didn't like each other. So it was not good. There we go. So we've got a little bit, I feel like we've gone further in on the outer part here. So let's go in a little bit more. And again, they don't have to be perfect because we're layering a bunch of shades. Your ancient Kim Kardashian palette. I've never had, can I tell you, the one regret, so I don't get makeup FOMO very often, or like any sort of cosmetic-y kind of product FOMO. It happens very rarely. And so we had talked about how the Mi Vida Loca palette from Kat Von D was one that I had FOMO about because then it was in everybody's videos, but then it was in everybody's declutter like 6 months after that. So I got over that real quick. But one thing, fragrance, Dawn, this is going to be for you, is one thing that I have FOMO about is because I just don't like the Kardashians, and I try not to buy like Kardashian products and stuff like that. But Kim Kardashian, one of the earlier fragrances that she did was this one called Crystal Gardenia. And it was in a bottle that was shaped like a big like crystal shard. It reminded me of the Dark Crystal, but it was like clear. It was like a sort of semi-transparent, just like a clear crystal. And it was called Crystal Gardenia. And I love the smell of gardenia. I love it. And that fragrance was so beautiful. And I was so stubborn, and I was just like not gonna buy it because it was a Kim Kardashian, and I was like, I don't like the Kardashians, blah blah blah. And I held it in my hand several times at Ulta. This always happens with my FOMOs, is that I have plenty of chances to get it, and I just don't. And then by the time I come around to it, then it's sold out. These are sort of the same shape, not the same, but similar. They're similar enough. And so I was so sad that I never got that crystal gardenia because I have never found a fragrance as good as that one for if you like gardenia. Because I keep seeing other things that like have gardenia as a note, and they're never. That one was so beautiful, and I should have just gotten it. And I should have gotten it, and I didn't, and I'm a clown, and now will never have that again because and the Kardashians. That's why I don't buy their products because they just fuck around. Like they're just there to make a quick buck. They'll put something out for a little while, and then they just stop and they discontinue it, and then they rename it and they rebrand and they put out something that's kind of the same but not really the same. And it's like if you find a product that you love, what are you supposed to do? Because those Kardashians are always just like discontinuing and not restocking and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, well, but if you loved that product, then you're fucked because you have that one thing, and it's like I don't like it. I haven't tried Skims. Angelica Nickvis just had a Skims ad thing in her most recent Friday video. What does she do on Fridays? New makeup releases. But yeah, I haven't tried any Skims. I have heard good things. It's not that they're not making good products. It's just that like they're so not concerned with making anything. It's just about like put something out and sell it and get the money. And then let's put something else out new. So it's not about building a sustained business that continues and grows and all that kind of stuff. They're just like put out whatever shit we want to put out, put the Kardashian name on it, and people will buy it. And I don't have time for that. All right, so now let's go into the Katya palette. And let's do a little bit of Holly Berry. And let's put this in here. I finally have a mirror that I can do this with. Okay, so let's blend that into the berry. Let's start getting some red into this business. I love Trixie Cosmetics, but she's a little bit the same too, where like things will disappear, and sometimes she'll promise a restock for a while, and then she'll just stop talking about it, and then it never comes back again. Bauble lipstick. I've been waiting for Bauble lipstick for like 6 years. Still bitter, clearly. Never gonna get over it. All right. I don't know why I started with all the darkest, and then let's see. So let's go ahead, but I like this. I'm liking this setup. Let's get some shimmer. Let's get some lightness onto these lids. When they say oversized, they mean it. I want to size up because I'm used to doing that. It's a tent. If the Kardashian Jenners are attached to it, I won't be. Yeah, I do have a few random things. Like I have that Becca, and when it was Khloe, with her best friend Malika. I have the Malika face palette, which was actually really, really good. But yeah, I don't. Bad to the Brow is releasing it. No, what brand is she releasing it with? Or is she? It's her brand. Oh. Adept Cosmetics. I do have a bunch of Adept, and actually on this channel I have a Thunderdome of Adept products. Let's go ahead and go into Gumdrop, which is this one. And I'm going to fill in this inner part and bring a little bit more pink back to this. I do kind of like Adept. I feel like they're never my go-to for like, I never thought I would ever say this, but there's never enough mattes. And I'm glad that they are magnetic because I did go in and kind of rearrange and make like my perfect arrangements on those palettes, but I feel like there's not enough mattes in the mix sometimes to really kind of use it by itself. But I love the quality, and the shimmers are beautiful, and they do have some fun, interesting color stories, and I like the themes and their packaging. I haven't tried anything since they switched to the plastic packaging, but all of their like cardboard, especially like the fabric covered ones, are really, really beautiful. So I like Adept, but I just haven't done anything with them in a while. So there, we've got some pink. She had no idea she had a brand. Yeah, I didn't either. Love what you have from Adept. Yep, it was just announced today. Love it. I bought the last two, EBE and RH Null. I was interested in that RH Null. That one looked really, really good. I was very, very tempted by that, but I did not pick it up. I just have so many brands, and I feel like with that one, I don't know. And I feel like anytime, I do have to say that, like, anytime I've done stuff with Adept Cosmetics and I've, like, posted it and tagged them, I've never gotten any sort of, like, acknowledgement or, which again, not that I'm entitled to any of that, but certainly, like, it makes me less likely to, like, pick up that brand. And if you can't even like a post, come on now, what are you doing? So I don't know. I just have never really ridden hard for that brand. I do have a lot of their stuff, but it's never been like a top priority brand for me. Grace, yeah, I do. I like them and I like all the stuff, but I think the color stories are a little bit weak from Adept. I feel like I have to use them together with other things. I'm going to go into a little bit of Mary and Gay, this shimmer, and I'm going to put this in the inner part to kind of lighten this up, and then we'll use a little bit of this pressed glitter. I do like that. It kind of lightens it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Compared to just that solid pink, I like it. Let's see. Oh, I was thinking, and then I answered my own question in my head. I was like, have we seen Dion? And then I remembered that Dion has something going on tonight, and so she is going to be a replay crew. I think she's at the Space tonight. There we go. I kind of like that. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that. Just to go a little bit further. There we go. And now let's put a little bit of Party Popper, which is this pressed glitter. I don't love finger banging shadow onto my eyes, but with pressed glitters, I just find brushes fight me too much, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Ordered Strawberry excuse me. Pretty girl. Strawberry Kiss and Strawberry Sugar High, the travel size. Ooh, are those sniff fragrances? That sounds really good. I need to check. At some point, I need to do another sniff order because I'm getting low on Soda Snob again. I think I'm on bottle number 3 of Soda Snob. I love it so much. The only thing with sniff is I feel like it's not super long lasting. And so I feel like I'm having to keep reapply and reapply and reapply. And so I end up going through it, but I love it so much that I'm not even that mad about it. I just wish it lasted longer. Sphinx. Oh, I have not tried anything from Sphinx. Okay, let me... I need to try Okcha because I keep hearing about all of their like fun soda flavored. Like there's one that smells like Dr. Pepper and maybe one that smells like cherry cola. And since I love Soda Snob, I was thinking I should try those to see if I like those just as much as I like Soda Snob. Because I don't know, and if anybody has tried the Okcha, let me know what you think. Very long lasting. They have Dr. Queen and another color. Yeah, so I need to try those out. You'll have to let me know because the thing that I like about Sniff, the Soda Snob, is that when I smell it, I'm like, it smells like cola. I'm like, this is cola. But it's also not just cola. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I immediately get that like cola moment, but it's like so complex and interesting where there's little notes of the different kinds of smells that are in there. And I just love it. I just love it so much. Okay, is that enough glitter? Is it ever enough glitter? They sound delicious. Dr. Queen smells like Dr. Pepper, kind of. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited to try that. How much are the Okja? Like, how much do they run about, like, approximately? I haven't even gone in to look. But I keep seeing ads for them. All right, I'm going to use this Max Stack mascara. I got this in one of those, my Christmas live where I unboxed the, like, gift sets that I had bought. I don't love the wand on this. This wand is plastic and, like, super spiky and super annoying. And I feel like I'm going to poke my eye out every single time, but it just, like, it almost hurts. It's like, what are you doing? It's really aggressive because I've had other plastic wand mascaras, and this one just feels like it's extra pokey. And then I don't feel like I get any kind of like amazing result out of it. I can't Okja anymore. Everything I tried from them, and I tried a lot, has some underlying cheap odor. Oh no! Some are 30s, some 50s, but great sales. Okay, I'll have to kind of take a look and see, because I do like those kind of soda-y flavors. So if that's, or smells, not flavors, don't drink your perfume. PSA, don't drink perfume. That's the kind of educational content that you come to this channel for. Don't eat your perfume. Oh my God, what is happening in my life? Okay. Has anybody else tried this Max Stack mascara? Do you have the same experience that I have where this brush is just like, there's little pieces on it that feel like they're just poking. Ugh, I don't get it. And I feel like I'm not, and I know that I'm getting close to the lashes because I can feel those little pokes, and they're very small little bristles. But I also feel like I'm not getting a lot of payoff. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, the more you know, and shooting star. But it is starting, that does, even like a little bit of mascara just starts to pull stuff together. I am liking this. Okay. This is fun. Let's slap some brows on and let's get it moving, get it trucking, because we got to get to that blush, Joe. I'm super excited. Oh, you actually returned it. Yeah, that brush is hateful. I do not like it. I guess I'm just going to use a setting spray for this because I, once again, cannot find I think I brought my mixing medium over there for some reason to my desk, and I can't remember why. Let me just spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. And this is my little, from Gavisi Beauty. I'm going to use the darkest brown mixed with the medium brown and just try to come up with the right brown shade. This is kind of the shade that I want. Yeah, this kind of chocolatey brown. This is a very weirdly skinny little brush. We're going to do a very skinny brow. Very skinny. This is going to be like the kind of look that you wear to your first divorce meeting after you've started fucking your divorce attorney. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, this is the look. This is the moment. Let's see. Actually, return the Max Stack. I gave them all enough time. Every brand seems to have a distant... Yeah. Short lashes, and yeah, I have short lashes too. I have little glassy lashes. Excited how long lasting most are. I love the candy scents. Interesting. Yeah, well, the first one always goes on fairly easily. Don't give me too much credit until the second brow. That's where things get weird. So yeah, the first one usually goes on really, really easily. I want to do a little bit more just to kind of thicken up that front part a little bit. There we go. So there's that. And now we'll just kind of gather a little, because then now I'm like crossing my body and, oh, okay, this is the part that always scares me. Okay, not too bad for the first pass. Okay. Okay. That's good, good. Let's go ahead and mix this brown. Okay. Yeah, the second brow is never as good as the first. It's okay, but it's never as good. Okay, because there's a little spot here that's... Oh no. Okay, save that, but... There we go. That's close enough for government work. They're not perfect, but they never are. All right. So there we go. This will be good enough because then we're going to add shadow on top. So we always do that. But once you start adding like eyebrows and lashes, it really does come together. Let me see what I want to do. I think we're going to... I need a smaller brush for this. Aha! There's a little paddly brush. Little paddle brush. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go into this pink shimmer first. And we'll do kind of the front part of the brow in that. Okay, so there's some pink. We're gonna do that. Hello, Dion. How are you doing? Dawn, I am not going out after the live. I had a birthday dinner with a couple of friends, and I'm an old lady, and so that's kind of the most that I do. I'm gonna go back home and play more of my video game. Now I'm gonna go into Marion Gay, that lighter colored, and we're going to punch up the very front of the brow. We love a shimmer brow and we love a shimmer ombre brow. So let's... There's that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of that Party Popper, that glitter, just at the very front. And of course it's wanting to flake off immediately, but look at how cute that is. Super cute. Okay, so there's that. Yes, fun time to relax. Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to have a little birthday dinner, just see a couple friends, and Angie brought me a cake that I've got sitting here with me, and we might eat a little bit more cake before we do the lips. And then gonna go play, hey Tanya, I'm an old soul, we either go out or grill for birthday. Yeah. I don't, Tanya was saying this too, is like, as I get older, like, I feel less and less need to have any kind of like pageantry around my birthday. Like, I do like having little get-togethers and stuff, but, Dion, have you used this MAC Stack mascara? What do you think about it? Because I do not get it. I do not. This brush feels like a threat. I feel like MAC is threatening me directly with this brush. Actually, before we're done with the eyes, let me see, because I bet there's a by myself. Yeah, I do love to shop for myself. I do love to do that, but I really like it. The elevated one, I just like the one. Yeah, is that this one? Matt, is this just the regular MAC stack? Is this the one that you have that? The brush on this one feels aggressive. I'm going to go into Satan's Little Helper, which is the red glitter, and I'm going to put that on the edge of the, because we are doing a very red blush, and so I want to have a little bit of red in here too, because it's gotten very pink, and I like the pink, and I like pink with red, so I'm not mad about it, but I do want to have a little bit of a red tone coming into here too. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay. There's that. The one, oh, that's the one that you like? I just got this in one of those gift sets that I was unboxing, the holiday gift sets. And I don't, I mean, it's growing on me in terms of like how it looks. Now that I've put a couple coats on, I like it a little bit better. And I will put falsies on, but that brush, it just pokes me. It just pokes at me. Okay. And we are going to take a brush. We're going to take a brush. And I'm going to go into, this is in the Katya palette. I'm going to go into Naughty List, which is this black matte. Actually, I'm going to go into this one. This is, oh, that's in Russian. Katya likes to say things in Russian. I don't speak Russian. And so this is like a black matte, but with silver sparkle. And I'm going to do a little bit on the outer corner just to kind of deepen and kind of create a little faux wing here. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. I mean, that made all the difference. That's the entire look. The Mac Zoom. Oh, I haven't tried that. Mac Stack. Hungry for a Mac. What is a Mac Stack? Just got into Zoom and they discontinued. Oh no! I don't know what a Mac Stack is. Gonna catch the replay still out with the fam for cheer crowd. Well, thank you for popping in. I knew there was something. I knew there was something that you weren't going to be here tonight, and I couldn't remember what it was. So enjoy the cheer competition. There we go. Now I feel, this is the thing, is then I start monkeying and then I keep going back and forth and back and forth. It sounds like a hamburger. When the clock strikes 10:30, babe, time to head for a Golden Arch. It's a good time for the great taste dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac tonight. That vaguely sounds familiar. I don't remember that particular song, but like a moon singing, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I'm loving how this is looking. I just want to add, I feel like the line between the two glitters is a little too harsh, so I just want to go on to the red with a little bit of that pink glitter there, so it just kind of melds in together a little bit more. And then I just need a little bit, I suppose while I'm doing all of this, I should take this little paddle brush, and I need some sort of, I'm just going to go into Punch Bowl, which is this shade here in the corner, and I'm going to do just the lower lash line. Because for a change, I'm not going to bring the black down onto the lower lash line. I'm just going to let it be kind of in that corner. I'll connect this up. There we go. So now we've gone all the way around. Let's get some lashes on. We'll look it up. I love old commercials. I do too. I love old commercials. I think I've told this story before when I was talking about Revlon lipsticks, is that when I was working on my master's degree, I spent a lot of time in the basement of the Chester Fritz Library at UND, and I would, sometimes if I needed a break, I would go out into the stacks, and they used to have like bound collections of like Vogues from the 50s, and so they would put all 12 into like one big bound volume. Vogues used to be like really tall and like big, and I would go and just look through and look at all the vintage like perfume ads and makeup ads and like especially Revlon lipstick ads, and they were just so beautiful, and I couldn't get enough of them. I absolutely loved it. All right, let's do some lashes. Since we're doing this, let's do Katya's life-size lashes in Krampus. These look like they're big and draggy, so we're going to go ahead and use these. What is my master's? My master's is in English, so I did it through the English department, and my emphasis was in queer theory and like film studies, performance studies, and so I did like queer theory and gender studies critiques of films. And so that's what I was working on in the basement. Taking time out to go and read vintage Vogue. Oh, let's see. This is my old tube of Duo eyelash glue. I wonder if this is getting a little too old. But, I mean, eyelash glue always smells gross. Tanya, have you heard of the channel Wayback Americana? It's all about old trends, products, foods, and everything. Ooh, I haven't heard about that. That sounds interesting. I've seen vids like that before, Tom, but not a specific channel. They are yeah, there's this one that I found that is, I don't know where it comes from, and I always just kind of have to look it up each time. But they show the process of them making like a loose or like a pressed powder. And all of the like colorful powder that gets mixed together to make like a beige, pale sort of, you know, my skin tone kind of pressed powder. There's like pink and purple and blue and all of these different, and they mix it together, but it's just when you do it in the right concentrations, the colors kind of balance each other out and it becomes this sort of pale ivory color. It's so interesting. If I find it, if I remember, I'll try to post it on my post tab. Because it's one of my favorite like vintage makeup videos that I've ever found. I just absolutely love it. All right, so we've got some glue on those. My husband is having an interesting conversation with my dog. What are they talking about, Joe? What is he trying to convince your dog of, or what is your dog trying to convince him of? All right, I like this look. I think this look is fun. While we're waiting for that glue to dry, this is the lovely little cake that Angie, my little unpaid cinematographer Angie, brought me. It's a brownie, some kind of brownie bash something. I'm trying not to make an absolute mess out of everything. It's really good. It's got a really yummy, like chocolate, moussey kind of frosting. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yes, this is from Angie. She insists that I always have to have cake on my birthday, so she made sure I had a cake. Lovely. Okay. Trying to set it down so that I don't accidentally drop the cake somewhere. And I'm in such disarray. It's just sitting on top of, I opened my eyelash drawer and it's just sitting on top of the piles of eyelashes. because I don't have any surfaces. Yeah, it's really good. What a cute cake. Yeah. I don't, chocolate is not my favorite kind of cake, but that cake is really good. I do really like that. That looks yummy. Can't wait to watch all my friends' animals. I'm like Dr. Doolittle. I love that. Okay. Let's try to get some lashes on here. Shut the front door. Is that really just gonna like lay down and just sit there perfectly? The first time? What? It does seem to be working. I don't know. I might have to switch up. I might have to add a little shadow. Sometimes when you add lashes, if you've got like a black shadow and then you've got like black lashes, you have to kind of alter the shadow placement a little bit just to account for the where the lashes are sitting, but that's not bad. I like that. Cherry chip cake mix. Ooh. Oh, if you like to bake cake mixes, I know some people are from scratch. I'm not that girl. I could never do it. But Dolly Parton cake mixes are really, really good, especially the coconut cake. If you add a little bit of, make it the way it says in the directions, and just add like a little bit of vanilla, it's so good. It's so good. What is happening? Are my lashes just cooperating today? Isn't that like one of the signs of the apocalypse? What is happening? These lashes just went on without having to fight them. Usually one of them goes on and then the other one like stages a coup, but they just kind of went on. I like it. He's describing all the layers of clothes he'd have to put on if they went on a walk. Oh, I bet the dog is not going for that. I bet the dog does not care. The dog is probably very excited. Dolly Parton stuff. Yeah, the Dolly Parton stuff is really, really good. Frozen chocolate cake for my birthday. Yummy. All right. So there is. I think that's all right. I think that looks good. All right. Are we ready? Joe, are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready for some red blush? I certainly am ready. I'm very ready. Okay, let's start with the Lady Gaga. Let's start with the House Labs. This is Watermelon Bliss. This beautiful red blush. Let me see if I have. I'm gonna start with this Singe brush. I usually love big old blush brushes, but because I'm gonna maybe try to layer some of these things. Oh, that's pigmented. Okay. She didn't show up to mess around. She's here to work. She clocked in. She's not taking her 15. She's gonna get stuff done. Oh, I do like that. That's such an interesting red. I feel like it does go a little bit purple, a little bit bruisey as you like blend it out, but it's such a fun color. I kind of want like full 80s like cheek streak blush. Oh, look at that. Look at that. God, that's so nice. Okay. These House Lab, this is why I have to reorganize, because these House Lab blushes have just been sitting on in those drawers and I have not been using them. And look at how beautiful this is. Look at how beautiful this goes on. Look at that fun, crazy red color. I mean, how have we not just been putting this all over my face for months? Okay, we need to go a little bit higher to the temples up here. Oh, that's pretty. It's very extreme, but I mean, look at this. Look at all of this. This is fun. Okay. I do feel like reds in general have that tendency to, like, as you blend them out, they tend to go a little bit more berry, a little bit more bruisey. And I'm trying to, like, build up to make sure that at least on the upper part, like as I'm facing forward, just right where you get it on the edges, that's going to look like a red. I want to make sure we keep that red tone. Because I think that then when we add the Mars melter on top, we want to make sure we have some of that red in there. But that's pretty. Okay. Love it. Let's go ahead and set Miss Lady Gaga aside for a minute. And let's go ahead and... what else do we have? Ooh, we have that Sarah Moon. Oh, we have this Too Faced. This Cloud Blush that I was going to get rid of. The Cloud Crush. This is Watermelon Rain. And this is kind of a lighter. And so I've cleaned this brush a little bit in my color switch. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more of this down a little further. There's a grayish tone that I feel like is coming out of this. Maybe when it's next to the Lady Gaga, to the House Labs. Yeah, it always turns into another color. Yeah, I do. I like these, and these were another one that they went into the blush drawer and then have just never been seen again. So we're gonna maybe blend this on top of the House Labs, and then we'll come back with the House Labs. Just a little hint of a blush on the nose. All right, I'm liking these, but I'm gonna put that. Let's hit this with a little bit of setting powder. Finishing powder, sorry, the Hourglass. We're gonna go into this Hourglass. A new blush arrives today. I love that. I haven't ordered a new blush for a while. I've got a couple that came with Trixie collections, but like just going out and finding like a blush, I haven't really done that for a while that I can remember. ultra red. Okay. We're going to just kind of soften all of this. And then, like I said, we're going to go back to the House Labs just to once again, just make sure we've got in the pocket of the cheek, we want to make sure we've got that true like red color. Because the rest of this can be a little bit more muted, a little bit more watermelon. But I want to make sure that we have at least some of that that's got that like real red watermelon moment. I do always love the way that this finishing powder, it looks so good. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and hit that with some setting spray. Just to kind of melt it all a bit. And I usually do that and then go in with highlighter, but we are going to go back to this House Labs blush just to deepen up right in there. Oh, this is so good. I just love this red. Yeah, the blush can be a little bit crazy on the outer parts. So you're just getting straight on, you're just getting a hint of it. And then when you turn, you get that moment. Oh, so good. She's the moment. This one, so this is the Watermelon Bliss by House Labs. And then the other one we did, the lighter one that's kind of more on the cheeks, is the Too Faced Cloud Crush in Watermelon Rain. So Watermelon Bliss, Watermelon Rain. And then now, are you ready? Are you ready for this to come together? Let's get out the Mars Melter. Let's get out the Kaleidos Mars Melter. Okay, I think I might even use this same brush. I'm gonna go a little smaller, a little smaller. Let's do this one. This is a Singe Beauty. This is the Singe FO2. Let's go ahead. This one's coming a little bit loose. I don't love that, but... And then let's... Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. Oh. Just put a little bit on the nose. Cupid's bow. I love it. I'm sad that they went down to the smaller sizes because the big blushes, they were such a good deal. And like they're cut down by I think more than half and they're not half the price. So I'm not impressed with the new prices, but oh. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh. A little bit on the chin. All the way down. Oh. And again, because we went over it a little bit, once again, let's just make sure we've got that red in the outer pocket. Oh. Red, it's so beautiful. So good. All right, so now let's go ahead and do a lip. I think I want to use, I've been really getting back into, I've been revisiting my MAC products, and MAC has so many good reds. Let me, before I do a lip, let me get a last little bit of cake. Mmm. Mmm. Ah. Little pieces of chocolate are falling onto my shirt. Because I have to move this so that I can get to my little MAC spinner. Let me protect the cake. At all costs, protect the cake. Okay, let me set that over there. I've got that. Mmm, yummy. Have a little drinky drink. The House Labs one is really good. If you've got a red blush, so you could do this with other red blushes. If you don't have a red blush and you want to add one to your collection, I mean, obviously this one is a phenomenal choice, but you could do this with any red blush in your collection. Let me see. I have so many MAC red shades, but I think we have to do Ruby Woo, don't we? Don't we? I feel like we do. Let me see. Let me be right back. Hold, please. Let me just see what I've got. Oh, we've got some options. Where is the Ruby Woo? I'm gonna do, I don't know if I'll do a video or a live, probably a live, but I'm gonna go through like the stuff that I have from MAC in my collection, like some of the old stuff and also some of the newer stuff. But one of the things that I love, I have like 7 of these. These are quite a few years old now, but does anybody remember the Oh Sweetie collection from MAC? They all had these like beautiful like cupcake sprinkle packaging, and they were all these like bright colored, really pigmented glosses, and they smelled like different desserts. So this one I think is strawberry tort. And so I was like, if I put this over Ruby Woo, this is from this year's holiday collection. This is the Ruby Woo in that special edition packaging. So I thought if I do this like classic red and then do this on top, I think that there was another one that's like gumdrop that is a little bit like brighter red, but I thought this red might be nice. So let's go ahead and it's having a little tough time over this foundation. These Maximal mattes, they're getting kind of back to the old school matte that MAC used to do. That is really matte, but it's also like really kind of drying. But when you put it over a ton of foundation, there we go. And fill it. There's something about this formula that doesn't interact well with my foundation, which I'm a drag queen, so I wear a lot of foundation. And it's kind of lightening up a little bit. I don't mind it, but I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it's feeling like it's really light. Like it's really lightening up compared to what I usually get from Ruby Woo. but beautiful. And then we're going to put this other, this Oh Sweetie Strawberry Tort gloss on top of it. Just slick it up and give it a little bit of shine. Oh, it still has a little bit of a strawberry smell. I love it. Look at that. I need a strawberry perfume to like finish this whole look. Yeah, my Kopari, it isn't strawberry. Where did I set it? It's right over here. It's pink guava with guava, mango, and mandarin. So I do have something fruity, but not strawberry. Love it. Do you remember the KVD liquid lipstick Underage? Yes, that beautiful red. I have it, but I bet it's heavily, yeah. Yeah, she was always, and here's the thing that I don't understand, because people can feel whatever way they feel about Underage Red. And then she claimed that she named it that because it was like an homage to her when she like would sneak into concerts and she was underage. And so it was Underage Red, like she would wear red lipstick to try to look older. And like, of all the potential shade names out there to be mad about, I mean, I feel like there were a lot worse ones out there that people weren't mad about, like they weren't talking about. My top lip line is always a little bit crooked, but yeah, because they got mad about Underage Red, but then she had one called Selection with a K, which, like, I don't remember how she tried to justify that, but it's basically like that spelling comes from Nazi Germany, and like people were mad about something that referenced like Underage Red, but not something that referenced the Holocaust. Like that's a wild take, but there we go, little star. All right, and I wore a red shirt, so I've already got a red shirt on. Oh, there, I'm knocking things over. Let me put on my little Final Girl necklace. So we've got that, and then we've got this for red lip combos. That lipstick was knocked over as I was moving stuff over was the Melt, the red lipstick from the Welcome to Derry collab. And so I could have used that one for this look. That would have been appropriate as well, but I was feeling a type of way about having some MAC in my look, so I'm glad we did that. Okay, this wig, she needs a little zhuzh, I think. She needs some time. I need to like get some hairspray and a pick and just kind of zhuzh her up a little bit, because she's getting a little wild. But I think if we can just get her to behave for some photos and a fun, there we go. So there's kind of there is the final look. Do I have, let's see, is the Widow's Peak even remotely where it's supposed to be? A little, okay, there we go. Yeah, that one got some heat once she was like on the cancellation train. Um, So like that was the thing, is that once she like came out as anti-vax, then people started bringing up all this stuff that had been around for a long time that I think some people had maybe knocked her on, but like it hadn't really been a big deal. And then all of a sudden it was like, because she was an anti-vaxxer, then they're like, and there's this and there's this, and it's like, but that's been there for years and you haven't said anything, and now like this is the worst thing you've ever seen. It was just very weird. It was just very weird, that whole situation. Like she totally deserved all of it, but yeah, so this is great. Joe, I'm so glad that you brought that up as like using Mars Melter as a blush topper. This is a beautiful like pre-Valentine's Day. If you just love red, if red is a favorite color. I love red and pink together. I know sometimes people try to say that red and pink don't go, and I'm like, pink is literally red with white added to it. Like it's just a pastel version of red. So I think they're great together. Yeah, so here's the look. So thanks everybody for popping in to like spend some time with me on my birthday. I had such a good time, and yeah, I hope everybody, we had a little rant at the beginning, but it kind of eased down, and now I'm feeling a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more just in a celebratory mood. I was just so grumpy today, so this has really been helpful. So thank you everybody for coming and being part of this. I love this look. I like how this came out. And now, while I'm here, I suppose we will do a little bit of like businessy work where I will film some TikToks and take some pictures and things like that. So I have some of this look recorded. Let me see if I've got a little... I'm not good with hair stuff, but I wonder if I could get a hair clip. I just think that this is just like so fun. This like butcher knife hair clip. See, I'm not good with like hair stuff, but what if I just like worked it in on the side? That just disappears. Now I'm just like talking to myself. I'm so sorry. Is this content as I just like sit here trying to figure out my like, can I put this? I think that's cute. I just am never good at like knowing how to put them in so that they don't just like immediately disappear. This one, I think. What if I, let's see, what if I use this and put one kind of back a little bit? So then that one, oh, is that too obvious of a dip? Okay, hair in my face. Because I have two of those. I have two of those little knives. So what if we used one to get some of the hair out of the way? And then we put this one up just as like a decorative piece. Is that stupid? Is that cute? I can't decide. Not like that. That doesn't... It's just like stuck in there, but let's see. What if we did that? Is that cute? I don't... Is it cute? Is this content? I don't know. I wish I were better with hair and stuff like that. I wish I were better with hair because styling my own wigs would be much cheaper than having to buy them. What if I put it down? That's kind of cute. It's a little bit bizarre, but it's a little bit cute. I'll film a couple TikToks with it and see how I feel about it. And then if I just have that other one kind of holding things out of the way, I think that'll be a fun little accessory with the Final Girl necklace. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, this hair is kind of thick. This is one of the two. I have two kind of They are styled, so they're not literally shake and go wigs, but I call them the shake and go wigs because I can kind of shake them to get them restyled, and they're loose. So a lot of my wigs are very structured and they're very sprayed in place. And so if I have things like headbands or little hair pieces that I want to put in, I wanted to so that I could easily put like a little hair accessory or a little clip in it. Yeah, it's thick for those kinds of clips. The clips that don't, yeah, it's just kind of like a little decorative thing. And so, yeah, the 80s hair, we love it. All right, so that is the look. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me on my birthday. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to circle back around. It may take a little while for it to go live. I don't know why YouTube always moves my lives. As soon as they convert to a video, it moves it to private, and I usually have to go to a computer to make the change. So yeah, I think the blush turned out really nice. I love the way this red blush. Joe, thank you so much. That was a brilliant idea, using that as a topper. And it inspired this whole look. I love it. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me. Replay crew, you rock. Don't forget to circle back down and leave your comment while you are down there leaving that comment. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up to tell me that you appreciated this video. Or if you are like, girl, what is this red obsession that you have? What is this all about? I wanted a pink look. I wanted a blue look. Whatever it is, go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, become part of the family. And while you're down there, hit that bell icon so you'll be notified of all future uploads. I try really hard to have at least one video or live a week. And sometimes, if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, birthday-orific. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, just pretend it's there, The World of Champagne at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. Let me see, red blush and Mars to church in the morning. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, and I love and appreciate all of you, and until I see you again, bye. All right, now to figure out how to turn this off. All right, bye. Are we gone?